Hey, it's Becca. I'm excited to be sharing our kitchen refresh with you today, and then we'll add a bit of spring decor. Jumping right in, here is the before, and here is the after. Made a few changes, just wanted to chat with you for a minute about them before I start decorating for spring. Most notably are the color of the cabinets, the bottom cabinets anyway. They were a really pretty dark green. It was called Pewter Green by Sherwin-Williams. I loved it, but we had them that color for a couple of years. I just wanted to lighten and brighten it, and I knew I wanted a light putty color. So after testing way too many samples, finally decided on this by Valspar. It's called Asiago. It's just a light color, offering just a slight contrast between the upper white cabinets and also even the countertops. And actually, the countertops are what inspired me to just keep going and paint the cabinets. If you've been around here long enough, you know that these were painted, well, I painted them a few years ago using epoxy. It started to yellow, so I had to repaint them, but this time I used acrylic paint and polyacrylic to resemble Calicut marble. So I'm really happy to say they are holding up beautifully. And if you would like to take a look at that tutorial, I'll link that video at the end of this one. All right, back to the cabinets. Once I painted the base Asiago, I then decided I wanted to bring color back to the island, which was white, and I went with Retreat, which is also by Sherwin-Williams. It's actually one color up from the Pewter Green. And I love how it looks different depending on the light. So I have a lot of natural light behind me, and you can see the light green, they are there. However, look at the barn doors. I painted those the Retreat as well, along with the utility closet. So I just like how they change depending on the light. Something else I changed are the brackets. Well, the color anyway. They were black. I'm trying to phase out the black in here for gold. I still need to do the brackets on the bottom. But for everything, I used Rub and Buff. Have you ever used that before? Y'all, that stuff is magic, and a little goes a long way. So I used it on the brackets, I used it on the knobs and the handles, the hinges on our utility closet door. I touched up those, and I also added it to the rails on each end of the island. I'm gonna link that because it is such a fabulous, inexpensive product that can really help give knobs, frames, anything a new look. All right, so now that we've chatted all about this, it's time to add spring, but I'll do like I did in the sunroom last week. I'll just be quiet, have music playing, we'll decorate, and then we'll chat. think I'm done. Just wanted to chat about it for a minute. As you can see, I have continued the green, pink, and white theme throughout this room as well to balance what I've done in the sunroom, family room, and living room. Starting over here on the shelves, first thing I did was add these adorable bunnies. They're from Target Dollar Spot. I love that they're stained, offering that white and wood contrast, which I'm a big fan of. Of course, I had to add greenery and the blush bowls, and you can't really see it, but the planner up there is blush as well. So doing it this way, I enjoy doing a diagonal method. So I have a picture there and one there, and then I have the blush there and then there. It's my crazy way of tricking my brain that I am being asymmetrical when I'm really just hiding my obsession with symmetry. And then down on the peg rack, added one spring dish towel, balanced it with two simple white ones, a cute picture, and I chose this board because I like how it ties in with the wood bunnies that I have up on the shelves. And then down in the corner, added two of my favorite canisters, filled them with flour and sugar, and then added these really pretty and dainty coffee cups that I just found at our local Goodwill. I love the detail on them and the color. And then put a little bunny there. And then slowly turning you this way, I added this wreath or layered it right in front of the mirror. This mirror is actually 2, and it's from Dollar General. It's just the perfect size for this little spot, which is usually pretty dark. So by having the mirror here, I like how it just throws the light around and makes it appear a bit brighter. And then how cute is this little egg holder? This is also from Target Dollar Spot, and I had the eggs. I found those at Hobby Lobby last year, so I thought they would just be a fun little addition and display. And here are 2 of the plates that go with, or the saucers that go with the little coffee cups that I just shared with you that are in the canisters. And along with the cup and saucers, I found 2 plates in the same pattern, or I guess they're more like pasta bowls. I wish they had more. I'm gonna keep my eye out, but Goodwill for the win again. On over here to our coffee station. I found this really pretty stand at Hobby Lobby not too long ago. Added the coffee mug tree, more of the dainty coffee cups, and a couple whimsical bunny ones. And then in my true what's on the left is on the right fashion, I did exactly the same thing on these shelves as I did on the others, except I did use different glassware. Of course, I did the same thing on the peg racks as well, except I added these cute little bunnies over on this side. And then on the island, have this vignette consisting of an arrangement that I made with spring stems and bunches that I had on hand, colorful, well, some are colorful, faux eggs in this pretty glass container, and this little leaping bunny. I think I found him at Target quite a few years ago. And then to each side of the island on the little rails, I added a bit of blush fabric, which I cut from the tablecloth that is draped over the blanket ladder in our front sitting room. A white colander, and I really like the contrast of the white with the newly painted green island. And one of my favorite hanging baskets, I just added a couple of rolling pins for fun, interest, and this greenery matches the greenery that is on the other side. Over on our table, I kept it pretty simple only because we eat here every day, and I didn't want to have chargers and plates that I would have to take away for every meal. So I saved the tablescape for the dining room, which I will be sharing with you really soon. In the center, I have our little stand, cute bunnies, a garland that I wrapped around so it looks more like a wreath, and then for that pop of color, a few faux eggs that I had on hand. Of course, candlelight for ambiance, and then faux plants that I rested right on top of 2 more saucers that match those that I have around the rest of the room. I don't know, it just kind of ties it all together. And then over in the corner, I have this little piece that I found at IKEA quite a few years ago. Kept it pretty simple, added a lamp for ambiance, a little bit of faux greenery, cute bunny, and then I had 2 extra bowls that matched the ones I used on the shelves, so I thought they would be one's way down there. That'd be a great way to bring that pop of pink over here as well. And then over on this DIY plate rack that I made, I layered these cute little rabbits in front of the cutting boards. Again, I love woods and whites. And then I had these plates. I had them out for Valentine's decor, but since they have that really pretty pink in there, I thought they would work for spring and the pink, green, and white vibes that I'm going for. They actually are very similar to the pieces that I recently found at Goodwill. And now for a few honorable mentions before I share a music-only look around is this bag filled with faux roses that I added to our newly painted barn doors. I love how it can help add just that perfect little pop of color. Honorable mention number 2 is this little throw that I added to the back of one of our kitchen chairs. You know, throws are perfect draped over an armchair or your sofa, a blanket ladder, or a basket, but sometimes they're nice to add to an unexpected place, and for me it's a dining chair. I think it's a great way to add just that perfect little splash of color. And the last little mention is this faux tulip wreath that I layered onto our little utility closet door. I know it's probably a bit too large for this door, but I don't care. I do like how the white tulips contrast nicely with the newly painted green door. Friends, thank you so much for joining me today. As always, I really appreciate your company. I'll be back next week to either decorate the dining room or the foyer. I leave it up to you. So if you wouldn't mind leaving me your thoughts in the comments below, I'd really appreciate it. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.